Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet Town to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've caught 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region. I've conquered the game, Hefty is the king. The one who never quits, caught 'em twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. I've conquered the game, Hefty's the king. The one who never quits, caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome on in Dragonic, Shiny Cornholio, Sir Ralph McCuts, Hassan, that transition maker, Jorge, him. Hassan with the 20 months of membership, 20 months, only 4 more until 2 years. That's crazy. What's up, Mighty Munchkin? And yes, to all those who celebrate, Happy Easter. And on this Easter Sunday, we're going to be hunting for Latias in Ultra Moon. Let's see if we can get it. How was the rest of everyone's Saturday? Hope it all went well. That's not shiny. And Shiny Cornholio starting off the stream with a big ol' fart in the chat. Too bad it was an embarrassing and sad little fart. I ate pizza in celebration after the stream yesterday. And then I spent a lot of time yesterday trying to get this Latias hunt set up. I was on my own, without any help from anybody, struggling to try and figure out how to do this, but I did it, and I'm proud of myself. And you all should be too. Minecraft movie is very chicken jockey. I've heard that, Transition Maker. I have heard it's very chicken jockey. I also watched a few more episodes of Daredevil. I got 2 episodes left of the season that I'm going to watch later on today. Uh, if droogs are considered cheating in bodybuilding competitions, why isn't makeup and beauty competitions? It's a good question, Cheese. It's one that I don't have an answer for. Good morning to you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Watched Sinners last night. It was great. Keeping details quiet, going blind. Thank you, Skirlbo. I do want to see it. I do want to see it. I think it does look good. I do like Michael B. Jordan. Like the rest of the world. But yeah, I am interested in seeing that. Silver Fox, good morning. Good to see you. Saw episode 2 of season 2 of Doctor Who. Dragonic, are you like starting you mean like the beginning of the David Tennant years? Is that what you're talking about? I watched when they relaunched it back in the early 2000s, I watched later on, not live. Eventually I got live, but I watched from the Christopher Eccleston year through until the first year of Jodie Whittaker. No, the new one. Okay, so not at all what I was thinking. So, is it considered season 2 now and not season 12, or if you really want to go crazy, 65? Did they officially relaunch the show? What's the easiest Pokemon to shiny hunt and sword? That transition maker. Good question. If we're talking about the base game, in my opinion, it's Roly Coly. There's a patch of grass directly south of Galar Mine 1 that has a 99% Roly Coly spawn rate, overworld spawn rate, and a 1% Trubbish. That was the first one in the wild that I shiny hunted. What do you think about Colin Farrell's Bullseye? I mean, I thought he was a good casting. There's not a lot of great things I can say about that movie, but I thought Farrell was a good casting for Bullseye. What about DLC? DLC, the easiest one to shiny hunt is in Isle of Armor. The beach right outside of the train station when you first arrive, there are, I think, two 100% spawns of Galarian Slowpoke. There might be three, but you can just go back and forth between those two or three spawns just nonstop. It's actually on stream. It was the first, or on this channel, it was the first shiny hunt that I completed. I did go over odds. I did go exactly 200 checks over odds, but we did it in I think 4 streams. Because I could just run back and forth between the the spawns. But yeah, it's as far as I know, it's the only 100% spawn rate Pokemon in the game. Daredevil movie's so funny. There's like two moments that are basically Evanescence music videos. Oh yeah. And speaking as someone that was in my early 20s when that movie came out, that was the shiz. That was amazing. It spoke to my early 20s brain. You're lurking. All right, Ari. Thanks for the lurks. Your Roku wallpaper is the hedge wall Homer melts into. Nice. Okay, so when Disney Plus got the rights, they officially restarted the season numbers. Interesting. I'm curious. I wonder season 2 on Disney Plus, what number season would that be overall? You know what I mean? Because like even season 1 with Christopher Eccleston could also be considered like the, I don't know, 30th season or something. I mean, the show's been around since the 60s. I wonder how many total Doctor Who seasons there's been. Yeah, the last time I watched was the first season with Jodie Whittaker. I haven't watched anything since then. It's not that I didn't hate it, or it's not that I hated it or anything. It's just I kind of it stopped being like must see TV for me. I don't know how else to say it. It just kind of fell off the radar. Kathleen Kennedy got fired, did she? I know a lot of people were not fans of her. All right, so 15th since Eccleston took over in I want to say it was 2005. I don't know if that's correct, but I want to say 2005. So 15 plus whatever the original run was. Ralph, we got Latias working. I still need to get Latios set up, but we are working on Latias now. Which OG Regi should you shiny hunt? You got to go for Regirock. It's the best shiny of all the Regis. Or counterpoint, hunt for Regice and just get the worst one over with. George Lucas will be having words with movies made. I heard what I hear. I heard that there's a new Star Wars movie coming out with Ryan Gosling. I think I saw a headline about that the other day. Is that a thing? Light goal 25 already? We need a light goal already? You guys are insane cuckoo bananas. Thank you guys so much. They did banner tease Star Wars Starfighters. Do we have an idea of what period of time this takes place? Or is that still up in the air? I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll probably say it even more times. Um, the time period I'm most interested in is between, like, if we're looking at movies, is the period in between episode 3 and episode 4. I thought the first season of Andor was a slow start, but it ended up being like one of my favorite things because I love seeing how the Empire rose to power. You know what I mean? I just think that's fascinating. I need to put Bob Iger on the chopping block at Disney next. Yeah, not a lot of fans of him either. Affleck has zero on-screen chemistry with women. He ends up marrying Jennifer Gardner and Daredevil and J-Lo in the movie Jiggly. I never saw Jiggly. I had no interest in seeing that movie. I'm going to be honest. Need two copies or two switches to Shiny Hunt, both Gen 8 Regis. Not necessarily. No. You just need to start two profiles. You can just start a second profile on the same game, and then do a new game on that. Jiggly is a Pokemon. I know it's not pronounced Jiggly. That's just what I call it because it makes me laugh on the inside. I gotta be honest. I'm not the greatest Ben Affleck actor fan. I think he does a much better job directing than he does acting. Regi is in Pogo Shiny. Is it really? 3,700 for Regirock. My goodness gracious, Draconic. Getting close to odds. You got a rainbow Barrel yesterday. Good job, Mighty Munchkin. You already transferred yours to home? Sweet. 620 for Registeel. I hope you get it under odds. And Reggie Drago, it can be shiny in Pogo too? Nice. I did a couple of test captures with this yesterday. It went very smoothly. Favorite Ben Affleck performance was when he did a cameo of himself in Jane Silent Bob. Yeah, that was a good scene. I did like that one. I mean, I thought he was good in Good Will Hunting, but there hasn't been a lot of movies since then that I've really enjoyed him in. He did a pretty good job in Gone Girl. Gina, Bina, good morning to you. It went well. We didn't get any more shinies after the Mawile, but part of that was because I just was not as prepared as I thought I would be. So I spent a couple hours yesterday getting prepared for this Latias hunt. If anyone ever tells you that, uh, streaming isn't any work other than the stream itself, they're lying. I spent so much time yesterday off stream getting this all prepared and ready to go. Ben Affleck was good in movies from the 90s, early 2000s. After 2010, garbage minus Clerks 3. Yeah, true. That's a good point. I also liked him in Chasing Amy. Should have never been able to put the bat suit on. I mean, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Stellar King Taylor, happy 420, happy Easter to you. Good to see you, my friend. I mean, in my mind, there's only one Batman, and his name is Kevin Conroy. But I can't have everything I want. Dogma was good too. Yeah, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is good in the Kevin Smith stuff. Yep, today is Easter for those of you that celebrate. Michael Keaton did a decent job. He did decent. You gonna see how many push-ups you can do while sword is loading? Nice. Get into shape. I'm doing toe curls every reset. Just trust me. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, best two to the animated series, absolutely. I love Mark Hamill as a voice actor. However, I do think that sometimes when Mark Hamill does voice acting for other animated projects, he seems to rely a little bit too much on the Joker voice for other characters. Darth Maul show apparently coming. Yeah, so I know I need to get back onto Clone Wars cheese, so you can go ahead and yell at me. That's fine. I still haven't gotten to the point in the show. I don't remember getting to the point in the show yet where they somehow revived Darth Maul. Pre-orders start Thursday. That's right. I'm still on the fence about whether I'm going to pre-order on Thursday or if I'm going to just risk it for the biscuit and wait for that May 8th email from Nintendo. Baneri SOS hunt is hard. Do you have your what do you have your setup as? Darth Maul Shadow Lord sounds awesome. May the Force serve you well. Adam West is the best Batman. He did his best with what he was given. I like Adam West. He's a good guy. That was an interesting era for Batman. A few months ago, just for like fun and nostalgia's sake, I bought an old Batman comic of him versus the Riddler because the Riddler's my favorite Batman villain, and it was from like the early 70s, I think, late 60s, early 70s, and it reads like a children's activity book. Like the entire thing was just nonstop riddles, which I mean, it's the Riddler, yeah, fine, of course. But it felt like a kid's activity book, like try and figure out the riddles. Um I will be pre-ordering the Switch 2 with Mario Kart World because I know that if I don't get Mario Kart World, eventually I'll be peer pressured into getting it, and I'd rather get it for essentially $50 than $80. Um, Son of the Boss Batman parody is perfect for a day like today, right? Going for a shiny Baneri for Easter for lulz. You know what? Yes, that is fair. And I was thinking earlier today that if we happen to get, it's the odds are low, but if we happen to get an early Latias, we'll probably do an SOS for Baneri. I would like the Riddler. I would. Unbroken a bit. What's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, because I mean, I like Mario Kart. It's fun. I don't play it a lot on my own. With the whole open world thing, maybe that will change, but I figure if I'm going to basically be forced to buy Mario Kart, if not by Nintendo, then by my friends, there's no way in heck I'm paying $80 for it. I'll pay $50 for it. Minecraft movie is super hard to get into because first you had to get refunded because the entire internet power was glitching, so you went to a different theater and the seats didn't work. Oh my gosh. Paul Dano's the Riddler. I thought he did a decent job. I think it was the first time that they ever took the Riddler seriously, which I appreciated. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Jim Carrey. You know, he's a great comedic actor, but I mean, come on. The Batman Forever Riddler was just like a mix of Jim Carrey, the actor, and the Joker. Um, there was like, I mean, really, Two Face was the same way. Like Riddler and Two Face in Batman Forever might as well have been called like Kmart Joker 1 and 2. We'll be all carting our brains out, right? He's got a punchable face. That's fair. That's fair. That's true. Does anyone still have a Kmart around them? Are there any Kmarts left? Our Kmart closed, I think, 3 or 4 years ago and got replaced with a Hobby Lobby. Vahid, what's going on? Good to see you. It's 17 likes. Thank you guys so much. At least the previews were good. You're just playing Minecraft videos from YouTube, as in Minecraft, such as Minecraft in a nutshell. Teimu Joker, that's a good one. That's a more, I guess, a relatable reference nowadays. Teimu Joker. Vahid, I'm doing fantastic. Hope you are too. Speaking of Teimu, Gina, I have a bone to pick with you. Exiled Queen, hello. What's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not sure how many, if any, Kmart's are still around. I know that they went bankrupt several years ago, and mine closed like I said, I think either like 3 or 4 years ago, and the store got replaced with a Hobby Lobby. Gina, ever since that day that you explained to me what Temu was, because I was not familiar with the term, and you DM'd me and explained Temu, and I think you even sent me a link. Every freaking mobile app game I play is inundated with Timo ads, and I figure it has to be your fault. Have I tried avoiding any ZA leaks? Yes, yes. So back in the day, like literally back in the day, like I'm talking pre Gold and Silver days, I've always like gone online and looked up like all the new Pokemon and stuff like that, and spoiled myself on everything. But then when Legends Arceus came out, I didn't. And that was kind of neat. And then when Gen 9 came out with Scarlet and Violet, I didn't. I only knew about the stuff that was officially announced by Nintendo. I'd watch all the Pokemon Presents, I'd watch all the, trailer, releases and everything, but that was it. And I tried to avoid all the spoilers. And that was such a fun experience, like playing Pokemon Scarlet for the first time on stream and seeing all these Pokemon in the wild that I didn't even know like existed. Like I'll never forget seeing Finizen for the first time, and I was like, "Holy crap! They finally made a dolphin Pokemon." So yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing with Legends EA. It can be tough at times, but it helps that other than YouTube itself and Discord, I'm not really on any social media. So I just have to be cognizant and aware of what videos I click on and what people are talking about in chats. However, sometimes you can't get away from it. Sometimes people decide to put spoilers or leaks straight in their thumbnail. So that's fantastic. Oh yeah, I remember Darkman. Scrollbo, you got to remember, I've been a comic fan for a long, long time, and for a long time, us comic book fans were starving for any sort of adaptations. So when the Darkman movie came out, even though I don't think it was based off of a comic book, I think they ended up making a comic book adaptation of it. It was like the closest thing to a superhero movie, so absolutely I saw it. What shiny am I looking for? A Bob, the totally real human. Welcome on in. Looking for shiny Latias right now. Vahid with the 11 months of membership. God bless you, Brett, and your community. Thank you so much, Vahid. Right back at you. Remember, you're part of that wonderful community yourself. These resets are so fast. I missed soft reset hunting so much. I wish we could soft reset on the Switch. I doubt we'll be able to on the Switch too, but a man can dream. Room looks cozy. It's a pretty cozy room, you two. State Newton's first law. Is the first law the one that's what goes up must come down? I don't know. I'm not a science man. What's going on, Zeros of Gaming? No, is it the reaction opposite equal reaction, or was that Einstein? I don't know. I'm just embarrassing myself. Left and right, up and down, iron and paper. Let's go with iron and paper. I think that's a winner right there. Shield with David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury. I remember that pile of garbage. No, actually, I think if we're not talking TV movies, I can't remember if there was an actual Spider-Man movie released in the theaters with oh, what's his name? I can't remember. He had the afro. It was in the 70s, I think. I can't remember if that was a TV movie or an actual movie. But I think the first big Marvel movie, and it absolutely bombed in the box office, was Howard the Duck. I know there was also a Doctor Strange movie with a guy that looked like not Sherlock Holmes, but the other Holmes, and he had like a big afro and a mustache. Birdman. Birdman was a good movie. I made such a mistake yesterday, guys. I was sitting there eating my pizza and looking, like, watching like reaction videos on YouTube, uh, from a reactor that I recently discovered that I really like. I like his personality, and I was like, "Oh, look at that! He did a reaction video for The Whale," and so I watched his reaction to The Whale with Brendan Fraser. And I mean, I've seen the movie before. Amazing movie, beautiful movie, sad movie. So I'm sitting there like half an hour later, just ugly crying, just with like pizza sauce dripping down my face. But it was good. Can you tell me you're a shiny hunter without telling you you're a shiny hunter? How would I tell you I'm a shiny hunter without telling you I'm a shiny hunter? I like the question. I'm trying to think what a good one would be. Okay, third law was equal and opposite reaction. I'm gonna have to think about that. What a way to start another year of shiny hunting, playing my favorite Pokemon game ever on stream with all of you. It is incredible. What Discord message did I just get? Is that, oh, Beacon of Nick. What's he doing? Oh, Beacon of Nick's so nice. Just sending out a happy Easter message. What a good boy. Hmm. You weirdly love Howard the Duck. I think Howard the Duck is cool. I think the movie was, in my opinion, the movie was hilariously bad. Um, I think for most people, the movie was just bad. But Howard the Duck's a cool character. He was a very counterculture character when Steve Gerber wrote him back in the 70s. I actually have his first appearance, which was in of all things, a Man Thing comic, which was is Marvel's version of Swamp Thing. Lego Man Ollie, what's going on? Good to see you. I collect different colored Pokemon. That would be a way. That would be a way. Skrillbo, do you ever read comics? I don't know if you're still here. Oh, also, Gina, you gotta tell me more about what you thought about reading the first 13 issues of Invincible. Lego Man Ellie, you don't read comics? That's okay. I still like you. No one's perfect. It's kind of how good Pokemon Duel's OST was. You wish they didn't kill it. I never played that. Do you think the Thunderbolts movie is going to be dumb? I think it's going to be fun. I don't know if it's going to be a hit. You're struggling with the old art style. The old art style! My gosh, calling a 2005 comic old art style. Wow. Wow. I also like that that's literally the only thing you said. Thank you to whoever just subbed. I saw that sub count go up to 2043. We do have a sub goal today of 2050. I don't know if we're going to reach it, but we're certainly going to try. Uh, Vahid, I have not seen the Minecraft movie. I have heard lots of things about it, though. Apparently, it's like a huge hit. But I never played Minecraft until a couple of years ago when Shiny's forced me to play with him. Probably just flop because it's an obscure team. Well, a couple things about that. Not only is it an obscure team, it's a completely made up team. That's never been a team of the Thunderbolts in the comics ever. But you know what? Counterpoint Guardians of the Galaxy was a very obscure team, and look how that turned out. Counterpoint Eternals was a obscure team, and look how that turned out. What's my favorite Pokemon? It is this guy right here, Poliwhirl. You can also see him right here. That's my biggest gripe with the Thunderbolts movie, just as a fanboy nitpick, is I feel like they just kind of grabbed all the C-list characters that were still around in the movies, threw them together, and just slapped a name onto it. You read Watchmen back in the day. That was a great comic. Never heard of Thunderbolts until the banner reveal and did research. Well, Thunderbolts first appeared in 1997. And that was a completely different team. Actually, one of the coolest twists in comic book history with that series. And then years later, it became basically like Marvel's version of Suicide Squad, where the team was made up of villains slash reformed villains that were like arrested and they were like kind of forced to do good things to get time off their sentences. And then later on, there was a team led by Bucky, or Winter Soldier. Um, and there's also a version of the team led by the Red Hulk. The probably the most, how do I put this? The most cash grabby version of the team was led by Red Hulk, and it also had Elektra, Punisher, Ghost Rider, Venom, and Deadpool. Imagine that team. What was up with the pirate side story? That's a good question. It's not my favorite part of Watchmen, for obvious reasons, but it was supposed to be some sort of an analogy. Um, it was supposed to be some sort of an analogy to, what was going on in, like the world. But I thought it was, I thought it was a little too pretentious for me. Gonna work on your TCG while hunting for Regi. Good luck on that. Uh, Geez, I never saw the first Suicide Squad. I had no interest, but I watched the second one. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty funny. Scrilbo, I was asking earlier. I don't know if you ever read comic books or not, but I'm finishing up the Alan Moore Swamp Thing run from the '80s. I got one book left to read. It's really good. I feel like you'd like it. It's got a good mix of horror and like really good writing. But Gina, you know what? However you think about the Watchmen movie, at least they didn't include the pirate side story in it. Read on the comics you suggested to arrive as well as Invincible 2. I'll be very curious to see what you think of the ones that I recommended. You're allowed to say that you hate them, just keep in mind that it will hurt my feelings. I think what I suggest, Saga and East of West. I think those are the two that I suggested. Yeah, those two are probably some of my favorite comics I've read in the past 10 years. Uh, Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible fan. Vahid, I would say I'm a fan. I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore fan. I don't think I've seen the last two, maybe three Mission Impossibles. I know we got the new one coming out in May. I do need to catch up. I have enjoyed the ones I've seen so far. I think the last one I saw was the one with Henry Cavill where he's fighting in the bathroom and he like reloads his fists before punching. That was, I think, the last Mission Impossible movie I saw. But yeah, I like those movies. They're fun. I'm not like I'm not a big enough fan that I like run out to the theater to watch them. I'm more of like chill out on a Saturday afternoon or evening and pull it up on like Max or something. Sir Ralph McCutts, thank you for the 100% shiny luck. Is it always 100%? Ralph, that's my secret. It's always 100%. I mean, why would I want any less from you? Why would I run the risk of getting something like 2% from you? I want all of your luck. Shiny at 116, that'd be pretty awesome. Shiny Baniri, check 26. Congratulations, Mighty Munchkin. Getting that Easter bunny. Yeah, I really liked it, Vahid. Yeah, that was him doing that was simultaneously the stupidest and greatest thing I've ever seen in an action movie. I do have the shiny charm, so the odds are 1 in 1365. Dragonic hugging everybody. How sweet. That crosses Baneri off the Mega Dex. Does that bring you up to. Does that take you to 42 or 43? I can't remember my Munchkin. You reset the counter on accident. Uh oh. 40. Okay, you're at 40. So I got a little bit of a lead, but now I'm going for a legendary Pokemon, so this might take a little bit. Yeah, Vahid, Gym Leader Hassan. Gym Leader Hassan is a regular on the channel, and back in the day, whenever he came in, he'd always pop up and say, "Good morning, I like the stream," kind of like to remind everybody. And so I thought it'd be fun to make a little Nightbot command referencing that. One more until we break the light goal. You guys are crushing it. You named it Easter. That's a good name for a bunny caught on this day. Two questions, 108 or 118, or and heads or tails. Let's go 108 tails. So the counter will be at 108. Okay. What does the tails represent? 25 likes. Did we do it already? My goodness gracious. I guess we need a new like goal. Let's get one for 35. The coin flip, gotcha. Before Blade, were there any big budget Marvel films? Yeah, the Fantastic Four and the Captain America, they do exist. They were both straight to video, and the Fantastic Four didn't even get an official video release. But I have seen a bootleg copy of it. No, I think like big budget. I guess Howard the Duck would be the only one. I know there was a handful of movies that were. I want to say they were TV movies, but they're Nicholas Hammond. That's the guy's name I was trying to think of. I can't remember if there was an actual theater release of a Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man movie, but there was Doctor Strange. There was Spider-Man. There were several made-for-TV Hulk movies that were like kind of spin-offs of the Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno Hulk show. Like after the show ended, they made a few made-for-TV movies like Thor and Daredevil. But no, I think what we would consider traditional like theater movies, Howard the Duck would be the first, and then nothing for a long time until Blade. You're at 39 out of 47. Gotcha. Gina, enjoy the sleep. Thank you for being here. But yeah, Blade really set the precedent. I mean, you could technically say Men in Black. That was published by, I believe, Malibu Comics, which ended up getting bought out by Marvel before the movie came out. It's a quiet nature. Nice. Quiet little bunny. Look at the recent number instead of 108, so I was correct. Nice. I like it when I'm right. These resets are so freaking fast. I love it. Have I heard of Pokenuts? No, I have not. Didn't even mean that. There it is. What's going on, Amber? Good morning. Old Nintendo dude, good day to you. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day as well. Shiny at 135. Let's hope so, Logo Man. That would be amazing. If we do somehow get the Latias early today, we will SOS hunt for a Baneri. Gotta start cooking soon. Have the whole family over today for dinner. Nice. What you cooking? Food? I know someone made a Easter cake shaped like a bunny yesterday. Please double boop hefty to like. This is true. If you haven't liked the stream yet, it would be cool if you did. Even if you don't like me or my stream, you can still punch me twice in the face. It'll relieve a little bit of stress for you, and it will give me a like. You posted in the Discord. Very nice, Mighty Munchkin. Yeah, no scratches, please, though. No fingernail scratches. Congrats on resetting the flag. Thank you, Kieran. I did it all by myself. This is Ultra Moon, though, so we're going for Latias today. I still need to do it for Ultra Sun, but this was honestly just easier for me. Even though that doesn't make sense, just trust me. It was easier for me to do this. Fish fry, very good. Very good. But happy Sunday, Kieran. Hope you're having a good afternoon. You believe me? That's good. Because I don't lie. My modeling side gig. Oh, stop it, you. Stop it. Kieran, Gina just went back to sleep, but she was here talking about how she's struggling to read Invincible because of the old style artwork. Show us Magnum. Nah, I can't do that. Not on a family friendly stream. Lexi with the 5 months of membership. Happy Easter to you too, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Is Mawile near the Ultra Wormhole place in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon? Mawile is in the cave on the first the the first island, Melee Island. In the like if you go remember like where you start the game, like where your house is, if you go straight down, you'll be on the beach with Professor Kukui's research lab. Over to the left. Over to the left from Kukui's research lab on the beach, there's a cave. You go in there. And then I can't remember what the spawn percentage is, but it's like that, Carbink, Roggenrola, and Psyduck. I think that's it. Is Mark Korean in the comic or just a TV thing? Well, Mark's a Viltrumite, right? Um, or I guess because of his mom, you mean? No, I don't think so. I don't know what ethnicity Mark's mom is. It hasn't come up yet. At least, from where I am, where I've been reading, it hasn't come up as far as where his mom is from. You're welcome, Mighty Munchkin. But in the show, that's Sandra Oh, isn't it? Isn't it Sandra Oh that plays the mom? She does a good job. May your pants stay ever unsoiled this Easter. Good morning, shinies, and happy Easter to you, my friend. Shinies, these resets are so freaking quick. 30% spawn rate? Nice. That sounds about right. I think Carbink is the, like, probably the, I would imagine it's like 30 Psyduck, 30 Roggenrola, 30 Mawile, and like 10 Carbink or something like that. In the comics, his mother doesn't appear Korean. I wonder if it's an artistic choice for the show because of the VAs. That's what I'm thinking. Doesn't the Viltrumite DNA overpower the other species DNA? I don't know. I don't know. I'm new to this whole Invincible thing. Um, I am about. Let me find out. I don't know how many issues I am in. I am in, I think, 27 or 28 issues into the series. Nice. They're my comfy pants shinies. Next Sunday is Vanilla Community Day, 1 week from today. And I saw that Applin is coming out starting Thursday. Loops, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. You like, I don't know why that got. Well, I have a feeling I know why that got hidden. I like Steven Wen as Mark. He's got that whiny voice you'd expect from a dweeb like Mark. Yeah, totally. No, I think from what I've heard so far, just in the first three episodes, the voice acting is on point with Invincible. Lobo Gaming, you absolute legend. Good to see you, my friend. If he's invincible, how can you still see him? It's an unsolvable mystery, Loops. Yeah, 141 checks in 46 minutes is crazy. Best shiny hunt method for Regi and Sword: encounter it, run away. Encounter it, run away. Unless you're as clumsy in game as you are out of game, like I am, in which case, do the pattern on the floor, walk up to the statue, save, encounter, reset. Encounter, reset. Because even though the resets do take a while, for me, it's quicker to do that than try and do the pattern again. Trevor with the 14 months of membership. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. Let's get some hype. We could do. I think we're going to be able to do 200 checks an hour. We could get to odds in 2 streams. That's wild. You just moved your TV, forgetting how heavy it was. Remember to lift with your back, not your knees. Or, no, wait, the other way around. Lobo, how's your day going so far? .8-inch box TV is the 90s way to time, right? Those things were freaking heavy. Yeah, I was kidding. You know, just so everyone knows, I was kidding. Lift with your knees, not your back. A little disclaimer there. It was a joke. Can't sue me. H Gaming, what's going on? Good to see you. Dragonic, welcome back. Yes, 10 Carat Hill. That's what it's called. Yep, 10 Carat Hill. You remember how heavy those box TVs were? They were so heavy. You got some Easter goodies. Did you get visited by the Easter Bunny? 10 carrot hills. Yep. Yep. Got 10 carrots. You gotta eat them all. Sorry I haven't watched stream. Your dog died. Didn't feel like watching a game based on catching pets. H Gaming, I'm so sorry to hear that. That stinks. I have lost a couple of dogs in my life, and I know how rough that can be, so I'm sorry. 10 carrots for the bunnies. That's right. Joseph with a 15 months of membership. Happy Easter to you, Joseph. Walking 10 miles to the back of it to plug it in. Oh my gosh, Kieran. Appreciate you saying miles too instead of kilometers. Had to use the bathroom after the Minecraft movie, but the boys in there were burping as loud as they could. Yuck. Oh yeah, Scrollbow. In modern times, if you knocked a TV onto Stu's head, it would just like bounce off his face, and he'd say, "Hey, that wasn't nice." We won't make it to 200 checks in the first hour, but we're gonna be close. So I got a little story about Latias. Latias is the first legendary Pokemon that I reset over the shiny. I wish I could say it was the last, but it was the first. I was hunting this for a couple days a few years ago, and I just got too deep into muscle memory, and it showed up, and just muscle memory. As soon as the encounter started, I hit the reset button, and as I was doing it, I noticed it was yellow, and I was devastated, and I was a sad boy full of self-pity for about 5 minutes, and then I said, "Well, time to reclaim." And I started back up again, and the next day I got it. And that's when I realized that when you're playing when you're shiny hunting, when you're doing soft resets for shinies on like a 3DS, it's super important that as soon as you start the game up, you take your hands off the device, because then it gives you an extra second to recognize what it is you're seeing before you grab it and reset it. I'm doing well, H Gaming. Other than the sad news, how have you been? Tom Green. Oh yeah, Tom. I was in college when Tom Green, was popular for about 15 minutes. He was a funny guy. I still can't believe he got with Drew Barrymore. I do remember when I turned off the wrong switch for Excelgor, Kieran. Thanks for bringing that up. That was the worst mistake I've ever made on stream before. We caught it. We did nature guesses. We did everything. And then I reset the wrong switch. Note to self, if you shiny hunt an old hefty shiny, it will be a butt. Yes. You got a new game? What game did you get, H Gaming? Eric Andre or Tim and Eric? I could see that. Yeah, and I feel like I mean it was obviously modernized because it was like 20 years. I feel like Tom Green was heavily inspired by Andy Kaufman. It was the same concept of humor, if not, the same style, just because of uh, you know, uh, the change in society. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of shiny fails too. Thankfully, not a lot on stream. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I've been hearing things about that game. Are you enjoying it? I was gonna private yesterday stream. I was just kidding about that. Playing it as we speak. Nice. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Oh, speaking of which, so Hefty Dad sent me a picture while I was streaming yesterday of the Barbie bathroom. Um, but since I use my phone as my camera, hi camera, I couldn't show you guys the picture, but now I can. This is what he was talking about. So using his 3D printer, um, he has been working on printing bathrooms for Barbie for my mom and all of her Barbie Club friends. So this is what it looks like. You can see from left to right, there's a tub, there's a sink, including a little soap. There's a toilet with a bee on the seat, and there's a little toilet roll. So that's what he was talking about. He had to make 10 sets of those. So that's the Barbie bathroom. The voice actor does a spot on indie impersonation. Nice. So yeah, that's what my dad was talking about yesterday. Yeah, that's the Barbie bathroom. But mom sent me a picture last week of it, and she had one Barbie in the tub and one sitting on the toilet, and I just cracked up because this poor Barbie that was sitting on the toilet, she had her legs like up in the air and she had her hand over her stomach. It just cracked me up. What an image. Luca Star, what's going on? Good morning to you. If you guys didn't know, my mom, you know, had Barbies as a kid, obviously, but she's always kind of collected Barbies. Like, she would get like the Twilight Barbies, and she'd get like the Barbies of the world, over the last like 20, 30 years or whatever. But nothing too crazy. Like, she might buy like two or three Barbies a year. But I don't know what happened, but about 2 years ago, she got really into it again, and so now it's like her Pokemon. Like, she's really into Barbies, and now she's like in Barbie clubs, and she's going to like the Barbie Con this summer, which she's all excited about. So I'm really happy for her. What fun are we having today? Just chit chatting with all of you, having a good time, just hanging out, and also looking for a shiny Latias. What fun are you having today, Pokestar? Still don't have a shiny kitty with the hat, and you're still looking for a shiny Foy Coco. No luck yet. I haven't gotten the Florigato shiny yet. I have found a Foy Coco, but Dragonic, did you miss out on the Foy Coco Community Day? I can't remember. Yesterday was the 517th year of Hefty 3 streaming. That's right. Is Pocket going to be soon? We'll be doing that in about half an hour or so. We'll be opening up, I think, 5 packs today. And since we got all the base cards, I don't know why I keep saying we. Since I got all the base cards, oh, you got none. I'm sorry, Dragonic. Since I got all the base cards for the new shiny set, I think we're gonna go back to the Arceus set. I'm still missing 5 base cards for that, plus of course like the immersive. So I think today we're gonna go back to the Arceus set. I can't remember what it's called. See if I can get some of those last 5 cards I'm missing, and then eventually we'll go back to the Dialga and Palkia because I'm missing like 18 base cards from that. I don't know how, but I'm missing like 18 of them. And again, don't have any immersives or gold cards for any of those sets. Can I try to get an Onyx card? It is a possibility. It could happen. Dominic, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. Have you gotten any new models lately? We're missing like every card from every set except Genetic Apex. Yeah, Triumphant Light, that's what's called. Thank you, Lobo Gaming. Did I shave my beard? I did shave yesterday. It was overdue. I left a little bit of scruff. I don't know. I thought I'd try it out. It's actually pretty solid. You just can't tell because I'm at the point where like half of it is white. I got the Gallade EX today. Nice. Congratulations, Kieran. I feel like I was about to read something. I can't remember. I gotcha. I gotcha, H Gaming. Jerry, not so. What's going on, bud? Good to see you. Betty White used to be Betty Gray until she thought that Balroggen was reborn. I've never heard that one, Scrobo. That's a pretty good one. Got something great yesterday in the Hot Wheels 2025 mainline kit from Nightrider, part of the HW Screen Time series. Nice. You got yourself a kit. I remember watching Nightrider when I was a kid with David Hasselhoff. I can't remember who did the voice of Kit. Wasn't that somebody famous too? I feel like Scrobo would know that. Dun 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 dun. That's not even close to the theme song. It was in my head, but not when I said it out loud. You watch a movie, you can't get out of your head. Uh-oh, what movie was it? And you can't get it out of your head in a good way or a bad way. Saw. Oh, so a bad way. Uh-oh. I remember seeing the first Saw. I gotta get caught up. I think the last Saw movie I saw was Saw 6. I just said Saw a ton of times in a row. Um, I haven't seen any since Saw 6. And I still gotta watch Scream 5 and 6, but I want to rewatch 4. 2025 Hot Wheels kit even has a flame design based off the episode Custom Kit. Cool. I saw it. I saw Saw. I saw Saw 2. I too saw Saw 3. Saw 4 I saw. I saw Saw 5. And 6 Saw was a Saw I saw. I have not sawed any after that. You opened 2 packs and got nothing, dang. He just got his tune up. Clever. I saw nothing. I saw absolutely nothing. I did get a DM from Meow Mix yesterday, so I will be sending off the Scarlet and Violet 151 Costco 5-pack boxes to Meow Mix this week. Which is pretty awesome. Can we battle in Violet? Not today, but we could possibly in the future. I'm not even using my Switch today. Obviously, I'm just playing a 3DS game. Hot Wheels has announced something great for the Track Fleet series. A truck from Sugar and Spice. Nice. You gonna be going for that one, Dominic? What's your favorite horror movie? Great question. Um, I don't know if I can straight up answer that. I'm gonna give you a few answers to some related questions you didn't ask. My favorite horror franchise has been Nightmare on Elm Street, excluding 2. Um, the last movie that I saw that genuinely scared me or creeped me out was Barbarian. Um, I enjoy the Scream movies a lot, but I feel like with the Scream movies, because they're so referential, it's hard to say that you enjoy. I don't know, like I don't think the Scream movies would be nearly as enjoyable without having seen so many other horror movies. Like if I never saw a horror movie and I watched Scream, I don't think I would enjoy it nearly as much as I do. Um, check 200 coming up right here. As a kid, the scaredest I got watching a horror movie was embarrassingly Poltergeist 3. I was watching it by myself at my grandma's house. Everyone else had gone to bed. I was in the living room. I was watching Poltergeist 3. I might have been like 7 years old. My parents never really censored what I could watch. And I'd already seen Poltergeist 1 and 2, and those didn't bother me. But there's something about the third one, watching it by myself alone at night, terrified me. Barbarian's a great name for a movie they called it Big Mama's House, would give away the entire plot. True. Bird Box. Bird Box was a pretty good movie. Which one, H Gaming? Which movie are you talking about? Barbarian, Poltergeist 3, Poltergeist. So the Poltergeist franchise is about a little girl named Carol Ann who has been targeted by these poltergeists, which are like ghosts, but instead of like haunting a house, they kind of haunt like people. So the first one took place at the house, and you find out, spoiler alert for a movie from like 1982, that the house was built on top of an ancient Indian burial ground. And that's what started the thing. But that's how they found about Carol Ann, and they got really obsessed with her. The second one was more of like a horror comedy, where they looked into like the history of the Native American tribe, if I remember correctly. And then the third one took place in a m- like Manhattan-ish 80s skyrise apartment building, and um it wasn't a good movie. It was just it hit me hard that night for some reason. Like one of the deaths just freaked me out. I enjoyed Barbarian until the ending. It felt very abrupt. I would agree with that. Um, like the first act of Barbarian is what terrified me because I went into the movie completely blind, not knowing what to expect, other than it was a highly rated new horror movie. And I've had a lot of reoccurring dreams where like I go into like the basement of my house and I find a hidden door to a hallway and I don't know where it goes and I follow it and then I end up in places that um I never knew about. Like I would end up like going down a hallway and eventually like finding a staircase and going up the stairs and now I'm in a completely different house with no people in it and it's completely furnished. And I'm like this is apparently like part of my house that I never knew existed. Very, like in retrospect now, after some of the things I've learned on the internet in the last few months, it was very like backroomsy. But that first act of Barbarian really dug into that and it freaked the heck out of me. Officially directed by Tobe Hooper, unofficially directed by Spielberg. Right, Scrooba. If I remember correctly, I think I had this right. Spielberg wanted to direct Poltergeist, but it was filming like at the same time as E.T., and he had to put more focus on E.T., and he basically had to kind of back away a little bit. Aries back, very slow start this morning. Old Airy Gigas. Zach Baggins just investigated this house on Ghost Adventures. Oh yeah, you should have left. I haven't seen that one. H Gaming. John Streckert, happy Easter to you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. 213 checks in an hour and 9 minutes. This is insane. No Audino yesterday. No. You got a little silly last night for WrestleMania. Uh-oh. Ari was doing some bed wrestling. That sounds terrible. You know what I was trying to say? Like jumping on the bed, doing belly flops on the bed. No Audino yesterday. That was that was just a big fail. But I did figure out how to get this Latias hunt set up, so going into that. Hot Wheels even announced a Sugar and Spice set this year. This one includes Bully Goat, Custom VW Beetle, Fiat 500D, Modificade, Power Nat, and 32 Ford. Nice. As a kiddo, E.T. always creeped you out. You know he's friendly, but always seemed like a Messiah. He was secretly evil. There was something about E.T. when I was a kid that creeped me out. And it wasn't E.T. himself, and it wasn't like the government officials that almost looked like astronauts in their hazmat suits, but there was something. There was something that creeped me out about that as a kid. I think it was the noises ET made, actually, like the ET screams. I don't think I like that. It's about a man that measures the inside and outside of the house, and the outside's longer than the inside. When he's measuring, his daughter goes to put her coat on. Oh, H Gaming, I need to check that out because that sounds like, ooh, that just reading that kind of creeps me out. Do I think John will win tonight against Cody? If you think it, I think it, Pokestar. You should have left. Okay, I gotta look that up. Man, it's not even streaming anywhere for free. I'll have to do some research into that. Zarua, what's going on? Good to see you. Do I remember the Counter Nightrider toy line? Vaguely. I vaguely remember it, Dominic. I never had it, but yeah, I kind of remember those toys. It's a regular ET, but at the end he goes full John Carpenter's the thing. That'd be crazy. Scrobo, what did you think of the? I'm just gonna call it a remake, or not remake. I'm not gonna call it that. I don't know why I said that. I'm gonna call it a sequel. What did you think, or prequel? I guess. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. What did you think of the Thing prequel that came out a handful of years ago? It's probably been like 15 years ago at this point. The one that followed the Norwegian. I think they were Norwegian. The Norwegian crew. Little King, hello, good to see you. E.T. scared you badly too, Pokestar? Yeah, I don't know what it was about it. There was just something about the movie when I was a kid that creeped me out. I think it was his screams. Been doing a God Path for Dialga. Only have A6 Dynite Orthos and not a lot of checks. Yikes. I hope you get it quick, Zorua. I hope you get it in the next 8 checks. Have I watched Once Upon a Time? I watched the first, I think, 2 seasons of that. But then I didn't keep up with it. It's on my watch list on Disney Plus, and occasionally I'll go to it. Disney Plus is like my bedtime app. Like I'll crawl into bed and I'll go to Disney Plus and I'll go to my watch list and put on one of the shows. You remember a time when it was really popular, E.T.? Anne Marie, good morning. How are you, my friend? Gotta get in the shower, be back in 5. Sounds good. Wasn't that bad? I feel like it would have been much better with practical effects. Yeah, exactly. I think it was a decent movie. I just wish that, as a prequel to the thing, I wish they would have gone back to the practical effects. I was talking about this yesterday. I'm so much more of a fan of practical effects. You gotta go. All right, transition maker, thank you for being here. Like, I'm fine with CGI, like, if it's done, like, when needed. but I don't like that we now basically just depend on CGI for everything. Speaking of movies, there is the famously famous Matt Prokopek. How you doing, Matty P? The company Polar Lights is bringing back the Alistor model kit and the Zachary and his Pontiac Banshee body from the 2000 movie. Nice. Did the Pontiac Banshee ever officially come out? I remember when I was a kid. I must have been like 12 or 13 years old. I got a model from this line of like uh, concept cars, like cars that had not come out, cars that not that were not actual cars, but they were concepts that car companies were working on. And I had the model for the 1996 Pontiac Banshee. Ari, I did see that, and I agreed. I agreed with you and Kem on that point. Yeah, I needed practical effects. What would ET look like if they made it today? Like just full blown cartoon, basically. My week was good, Maddie P. It was a good week, and it's ending well. I hope your family's doing well. John, I got 2 episodes left to watch. John Streckert, I got 2 episodes of Daredevil left to watch. I watched some episodes last night. I wanted to watch the last 2 this morning, but I ended up sleeping in. I didn't get up till almost 7, so I'll watch the last 2 episodes this afternoon. I have not seen that movie, Mighty Munchkin. I think Hop was cute. Then I would probably think the same. Aries like my second brain. If Ari knows something and I don't know something, then I just agree with what Ari says because I assume that I would think the same thing. Um, do I play Pokemon Go? I do. I do. Yeah, no Daredevil spoilers. I think it's still too recent of a thing to really be talking about in detail. But I am happy with how the season has progressed so far. I'll just say that. All I'm saying is I think Disney has done a good job of continuing the Daredevil series. But yeah, I play Pokemon Go. I don't like. I'm not playing like 24/7. I'll usually hop on a couple times a day to check out like spawns around my house, spawns around my office, and do like community days, Go Fest, things like that. But that's about it. Like I'll put it this way. I've been playing since day one, and I just hit level 41 a few weeks ago. Daredevil show is about a comic character, Daredevil. Oh my gosh, Ari, you just spoiled it for everybody. If you ever get your hands on the Alistor model kit, you might transform him into the acid destroyed version from Junkyard Dog, and the second will be based off Goliath. That sounds cool. I just had to check. I forgot which Marvel comic we're doing today. I completely forgot. I got small brain, small short term memory. Yeah, Pokestar, it got ruined for you. Little King, you got a shiny event Pokemon. Which one did you get? Every iteration of the Easter Bunny is the one from Rise of the Guardians. Australian accent just worked. I saw that movie when it came out, and I remember enjoying it. I don't remember a lot about it. I do remember it being fun though. Wasn't the main kid, wasn't he like Jack Frost or something? Wasn't that it? Like he was the new Jack Frost and he like got like recruited into the Holiday Avengers or something? Gotta go church. All right, Zarua, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Mantine Matt, what's going on, buddy? Very brave of you to come back to the stream. I'm just teasing. That was hilarious yesterday. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Getting ready for Easter shenanigans. Those are the best types of shenanigans. Florigato, nice. I haven't gotten that one yet. So congratulations. Ari, is Pitch Black the villain in that movie? I'm assuming based off the fact that you typed Pitch Black and then put lots of hearts, it has to be the villain. Yes, okay, yes. Yeah, Florigato and Pikachu, nice, Lego Man. Yeah, I haven't gotten either one of those. All I've gotten so far this event is a Fuecoco, which I didn't need, but if I could, I would definitely give to Dragonic. Got it yesterday? That's awesome. In your car? Getting a Florigato in your car? That's cool. All my car has is old McDonald's bags. No, not really. H Gaming's back. Thank goodness we can get the shiny now. What do you guys think? Is this thing going to be yellow today? I know it's kind of confusing and misleading that, like, we're looking for a yellow Latias, but I have a green Latias at the bottom. What are the differences between Mega Latios and Mega Latias? I think, honestly, Ari, I think it might be the... Let me check. It might be the orientation of the triangles. Let me see here. That's not... Right. Oh, HD Shiny Sprites. There we go. Let me see. I can't see chat for a second. Latios. Nope, it's not that. It's the eyes. It's just the eyes, Ari. As far as I can tell, it's the eyes. Latias has blue eyes. Latios has red eyes. Final Destination. That's a fun franchise. I'm looking forward to the 6th one. Final Destination is like my guilty pleasure franchise. They are, I'm sorry to any big fans of the Final Destination writers. Final Destination are not good movies, but they are awesome movies. Like, they're so much fun to watch. Like, Final Destination 4, I think the only character traits of the characters in Final Destination 4 is I'm dying next. It was like death, and then, oh my gosh, I can't believe they died. And then death, and then, oh my gosh, I can't believe they died. And then death. I love how Final Destination plots are all in the same universe and link. Yes, that is very cool, particularly for one thing that I will not say here, in case anyone is about to watch them for the first time in preparation for the 6th one. After Alistor got hit by Goliath at his rear fender, he barrel rolled and catched a lot of dents. He even said, "I feel so weak. Where are we? Everything's so dark. Isn't night?" My goodness gracious, that sounds scary. It's actually the 7th? What? What was the 6th movie? I know 1, 2, 3, 4, which was also called The Final Destination. I know 5. You have a shiny Frostlass. That's cool. Some clips of final demonstration. Final demonstration. What the heck is final demonstration? You saw clips of Final Destination as a teeny tiny kid and talk about trauma. Yeah. There's some crazy ones. A sixth one was on the train. I have not seen that one somehow. The train? His voice box was really wobbly too. Aww. All right, I think I'm going to take this up to 275, and then I'm going to go on a quick break. When I get back, we're going to open up some packs, and then we're going to play Guess the Plush, and we're going to play Guess the Comic Book in order to placate Hefty. I used to be scared of walking downtown Portland because you thought a window would fall out. You know what, Ari? When you said trauma, like of all the deaths in all the Final Destination movies, when you said clips of Final Destination and trauma, that was the one that popped into my head. Don't let them lie to you. All right, Maddie P. I won't let them lie to me. Why was that one specifically so awful? Because I think it's like I think because that one is just physically impossible. You know, like the glass would have broken. And a shiny Lucario, that's a great shiny. Log truck seems pretty good. None. I saw none. I wanted to see what all the fuss was about when Nun 2 came out. I hadn't seen the first Nun, so I watched it. I thought that was pretty good. Kiro, what's going on? You're never late, Kiro. You're always here precisely when you're supposed to be. Hope you're having a great day, Kiro. You cried when you saw that scene in the episode. He even lost one of his door panels. His left head that was hanging out. His hood was bent badly. Oh, I'm sorry, Dominic. Alien Rhymeless. I still haven't seen that. Hey, that sub count went up to 2044. Thank you. If that was you, let me know so I can say thank you. We do have a sub goal this weekend of 2050. I don't know if we're going to hit it, but we won't know unless we try, right? Your neck's been really hurting all weekend. If it gets worse, you might get checked. Might get checked out. Probably only strain the muscle. I'm sorry, Kiro. Does it feel like? Is it like one of those things where it's just like a pulled muscle where like it's hard to look like one direction or the other? That happens to me sometimes, like particularly the older that I get. I hope it's nothing too serious. The scene with the lionfish, which you would have not known why it was scary, but your mom, who's not only letting you watch Final Destination, also explained that lionfish are venomous. They are. Any direction, yikes. Yeah. Do you have like a heating pad or something that might help? Uh, Lion King, that was you. You were the one that just subscribed. Well, thank you very much. You were like 4. That's young. If you could say the top 10 viewers that never miss a stream, what would it be? That's a good question. Um, you have a pain in your neck also, Hefty Mom. Oh my gosh, Hefty Dad. Um, we have a lot of people that are here pretty much every stream. It'd be hard to do like a top 10. All right, this is gonna be the last check before I go on a quick break. And no, I'm not going on a quick break because my dad just got here. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes, and then we'll open up some packs. We will guess the plush, all that fun stuff. While I am gone, Kiro's in charge. Okay, I'm back. Guys, ready to open up some packs? Kiro, your Audi always has gum to share with strangers. What a nice Kiro. Falling asleep before a jump scare and jumping, which resulted in scaring your cat, who then ended up running across the table and making a huge mess. Speaking of cards, Matty P got some jewelry together. Yeah, Matty P, I saw that you met Big Cheese the other day. You sent me a picture. That's awesome. All right, we're going to open up some packs. You know what? We need some music. Hold on. Ramble on activated. And we're going to be going back to Triumphant Light. I got 5 base cards left I need for that set. We're going to open up 5 packs. Here we go. Anne Marie hatched a shiny Hisuian Zorua and 85 eggs yesterday in Violet. Your third one, but you love the shiny? That's awesome. Congratulations. You have a shiny Lucario. It's your favorite Pokemon. It's a good one. Dragonic, welcome back. All right, we got Old Lady. We got Mawile. We got Starly, Krogunk, and Unknown. So first pack, no good. In play. What? Can open Pocky Packs. I still need a bunch of cards from that set too, but I only need 5 left for this set, so I want to try and get these last 5 and then go back to the Palkia and Dialga packs. Staraptor. Zubat. Houndour, I mean. Krogunk and Heatran, which I already have. Salon Pass patches burn a little. Well, you know what they say. If it burns, it's probably hurting. I don't know what they say. Oh my gosh, it does say in play. It's supposed to say is in play. Dang it! Why did you have to point that out? I'm mad now. Ghastly. Motham. Snowrunt. Magneton and Lady. You're the first person to notice that, and we've been doing this for a couple months. Yep, everyone here failed their reading test. Gosh, I make one typo and he just won't let it go. There's Magnemite, which I already have. Azumarill, Eevee, Clefairy, and Lady. You just honestly failed to report. Come on, let's at least get one new card. You're from Alabama. I don't know what y'all's excuses are. You crack me up, Matt. Whoops, that was not a good spin. Come on. Probopass. Houndour. Starly. Combee. And Frostlass. This set hates me. All right, last pack. Let's get some last pack luck. If you could choose one moment in a movie that grossed you out the most, what would it be? It would be from the movie Hostel when the guy got his Achilles tendon cut. I can't watch that. Gibble. Nosepass. Abomasnow. Meditite. And Adaman. That was a bust, guys. That was a stinky old bust. I feel like I have to apologize to you guys. That was so bad. Going to BJ's for Easter lunch. Nice. See, Hefty Dad, I'm not even going to make fun of your typo because it happens. All right. See you guys. Okay, we're back. Uh, 127 hours. Yeah, the nerve cutting scene was probably pretty bad too, or not probably. It definitely was bad. Uh, yeah, I didn't see that, Ari. The first one was enough for me, and I didn't even actually see the first one. I just watched the cinema sins of the first one, and that was enough for me. 45 likes. Holy smokes, we need a new like goal. Can we get a like goal? Let's see if we got 45 likes. Can we get a like goal of 60? All right, it is now time for Guess the Plush. This is the part of the stream where you guess the Pokemon plush. Thank you, Lego Man. That was the first one I saw, so we're gonna post that or pin that. Celebi, no. Latias, no. Latios, no. It's a Disney movie compared to the second one. Yikes. And third one's just stupid. I didn't even realize there was a third one. Feebas, no. Not Meowth. Not Pikachu. Not Regi Drago. Amory. Not Poliwhirl. Not Onyx. Not Mortios. Not Manure. Not Psyduck. Not Eevee. Not Zygarde. Not Omanite. Not Absol. Not Slowpoke. Not Poliwrath, not Mawile. This is a Gen 7 Pokemon. Not Houndoom, not Kingler, not Hounding, not Shelter, not Manure, not Bulbasaur, not Heracross, not Ocastabut. See, Hefty Dad, you're giving spoilers away for the Gen 10 Pokemon. Not Pyukumuku, not Mimikyu, not Latios, not Taboos, not Rowlet, not Manure, not Reboot. Not Tapu Koko, not Grubbin, not Rockruff, not Rockruff, but it is in fact Litten. Good job, Anne-Marie. It's Litten. Little fire cat. Looking all smarmy. It's Litten. Not Oddish. Dang, even Hefty Dad knows about Oddish now. Oddish is my mom's favorite Pokemon. Your mom jokingly wants to steal your Charizard plush or your Sleeping Rockruff. I don't think she's joking, Matt. Litten is lit. Yes. All right, it is now time to guess the Marvel Comics superhero. It is not Magic. It's not Venom. It's not East of West. East of West. Gen 1 water type, Poliwhirl. It's not Spider-Man, not Spider-Man 2099, not Spider-Man, not Cable, not Thor, not Nova, not Hulk, not Spider-Man, not Chat Rate 26, not Hawkeye, not Mystic, not Captain America, not Colossus, not Silver Surfer, not Loki, not Wolverine, not Doctor Strange, not Spider-Gwen, not Captain Marvel. What's up, Hefty Mom? Not Scarlet Witch. H Gaming with the Ghost Rider. It is, in fact, Ghost Rider. This is Ghost Rider Epic Collection #1, Hell on Wheels. This is Volume 1, covering all Ghost Rider comics from 1972 to 1975. Not Man Ducky. What are you even saying anymore? Here's Ghost Rider in his first appearance. And there, let's see. What page? Marvel Team Up 271. Here's a Marvel Team Up comic. Spider-Man and Ghost Rider teaming up, being friends. Howard the Man Ducky? It could be. Love the artwork. Classic 70s artwork right there. Wonder if we'll ever get Ghost Rider in the MCU. I hope so. I know there was a version of Ghost Rider in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, but that was, I believe, the Robert Reyes version, which is like the newer one, not Johnny Blaze. And I don't think we've ever seen a Danny Ketch um, in any version. Who played Ghost Rider in the movies? Hefty Mom, that was Nicolas Cage. It was Robbie Reyes. That's what I thought, Hefty Dad. Yeah, that was a version of Ghost Rider they introduced in the somewhere around like 2012. No, would have been 2014, I think. Aries not a fan of Nick Cage. I'm correct. Thank you, Hefty Mom. Good to know I was right. You didn't like Nick Cage Ghost Rider? The movies weren't great. Wasn't it deemed not canon? It could be. Honestly, I stopped watching it, I think, like in the third season. It just wasn't what I was hoping it was going to be. Guess what Pokemon you're thinking of? Lucario. It was Magikarp. Okay, it was Magikarp. Have I watched Daredevil Reborn? Loops. I got 2 episodes left to watch, so I'm going to watch this afternoon, and then I'll be all done with the season. But we're not doing any spoilers for the show in here. It's still a little bit too new. Second one made him look metal. True. Oh, it was Darkrai. Darkrai's a cool Pokemon. I have not watched the Disney Plus Goosebumps. I never really read Goosebumps as a kid. When I was a kid, there were like two main like kid horror writers. There was R.L. Stein and there was Christopher Pike. And I read a lot of Christopher Pike books. But then I also kind of moved on to adult books or grown-up books fairly early. So like by 6th grade, I was reading a lot of Stephen King. Hope we get another season of the Defenders. As long as we get a better version of Iron Fist, I'd be all about it. Hoping we get a Blade Ghost Rider team up in the MCU, but Blade is stuck in development. Heck, I know, right? Guess the Rick Tierden book you're thinking of. I don't know who that is, unfortunately. Yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark was great. I really enjoyed Are You Afraid of the Dark. Speaking of Ghost Rider, your dad bought Ghost Rider DVD home as soon as it came out because it's one of the stereotypical bad butt motorcycle dad movies, and you had no idea it was a comic book movie. Rick Riordan. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. The Lightning Thief books. Oh, Percy Jackson. Yeah, I never read those. I watched the first movie, but that was it. Joyce, good morning. Yeah, John, the actor for Iron Fist wasn't bad. I mean, he showed in Game of Thrones that he can be a pretty cool guy. I just hated the way they wrote him. Bad stigma back then. Yeah, comic book movies were not looked fondly upon at that time. At least Marvel. Have you watched Epic the Musical? I have not. Mighty Munchkin's back from the shower. Preach Hurdy. Preach Hurdy. That's what time church starts. Uh, Iron Fist is the most annoying hero to play against in Marvel Rivals. He shreds tanks, and you've been playing the Thing and the Hulk. Oh my gosh. It's about Odysseus. Okay. That's pretty cool, actually. All right, here we go. Check 300. It's like Hamilton. Gotcha. Like a historic musical. Flying through encounters. Really am. This is going so much faster than I hoped it would, which is a good thing. Better than I can hope. I can listen to it as well. Okay, interesting. I'm not a huge musical fan outside of animated Disney movies and the South Park movie. My favorite musical is probably Little Shop of Horrors. I'll just put it that way. Yeah, basically Airy. Iliad and the Odyssey considered like the first epics, pretty much. Very much an archetype in story writing since they came out. written by Homer, and not the Simpsons character. Rick Moranis was awesome, right? Rocky Horror Picture Show, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. I enjoyed Rocky Horror. I was never like a big enough fan that I did like the midnight showings and throw the toast and all that. But yeah, Rocky Horror was pretty fun. You paid attention freshman English? Yes, you did. Hefty Mom and Hefty Dad and I actually got to go see a showing of um, not a showing. I don't know what it's called. We went to go see Little Shop of Horrors done as like in person. Like there was a musical troupe that did it down Savannah, Georgia, and got to go see that. That was pretty neat because that had the original ending, not the movie ending, and the Audrey too was pretty cool. Theater, yes. Thank you, Kieran. Theatre. You're going to a concert this Wednesday in the UK? Nice. What concert is it? Kieran, I don't know what I'd do without you. You saw Phantom of the Opera on stage. That'd be a good one. PlayStation concert. That sounds cool. Team America. Yeah, I guess that could be considered a musical. Used to go to operas and plays a lot as a kid. Wow, you're cultured. I used to go to Taco Bell a lot as a kid, and I still do. I didn't see Wicked. Not a big interest for me personally. Feed me Seymour, feed me all night long. You didn't have a choice in the matter. Doesn't discount the fact that you went. Typically too expensive for your family to just go to many concerts or plays. Say, my first ever concert was actually my sophomore year of college. At my college, we'd have a concert every spring where they'd book a band, and my sophomore year of college, it was live, and that was pretty cool. My first concert, other than the college concerts, was in 2003. It's either summer of 2002 or 2003. Went to go see Counting Crows and John Mayer. Yeah, Lightning Crashes. Yep, that band. The Talking Chihuahua. Oh yeah. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Maddie P. What are you gonna go see? Chance the Rapper. Better than Parappa the Rapper. First real concert was your mom's going away gift before you left to boot camp to the Rockville, Florida. Oh, that's very nice, Kiro. Wicked was every 5 seconds. Let's sing a song. You never rolled your eyes so often in one movie. Well, I mean, I would expect that, right? Like, it's no like secret that Wicked is a musical. So, I guess if you don't realize that, then yeah, it would probably be like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm fine with animated movie musicals. I'm really picky when it comes to live action musicals. Dad loves Counting Crows. He saw them live in the UK. In America, your favorite song is Bobby and the Rat King. Hefty Dad was a big fan of Counting Crows and Collective Soul back in the early to mid '90s, and it was definitely one of those things where like I did not like them because when you're like 13, 14 years old, your dad's not cool, and the music he listens to therefore is not cool. But Counting Crows ended up becoming like one of my favorite bands of all time. Watched a clip of Journey's Escape Tour in '91 and realized you were born in the wrong era. Journey was a good band. 3 hours for the first act? What? 3 hours for the first act? Like Metallica? Metallica's cool. You surprised your mom using your money to buy tickets to Iron Maiden for her to come see me because she raised you. Ticket price won't compare to anything she gave you. That's crazy. When you found guillotine at the end of Turnback Cave, when you were like 10, you knew you were born in the right generation. You were. Credits for your new game was 2 hours. That's too long. You sat through Wicked with a girlfriend and you weren't amused. Yeah, I'm not. I'm thinking I probably wouldn't like it. To be fair, I might like appreciate it. I might respect it, but I might not like it. You sat through it twice, Kieran. Why twice? I can understand once. What happened that you had to watch it a second time? You want to get tickets to Black Sabbath's final tour, but it was completely sold out? Dang. You begrudgingly sat through the Minecraft movie for your kiddo? You're a good dad, Matt. Because Naomi wanted to watch it a second time. I guess that's fair. Art and Restart, did you miss something? Well, no shinies yet today. I don't think you were here yesterday, though. We did our 3-year anniversary celebration. Um, got a shiny Mawile, and then just kind of farted around the game for a couple hours. Dio isn't Black Sabbath. I don't think I knew that, actually. Close enough to a musical. Wait, I missed it, Mighty Munchkin. What'd you see 3 times? Chicken Jockey. Everybody loves that Chicken Jockey. Oh, Wicked. Okay, nice. Beetlejuice. Love Beetlejuice. Still haven't seen the second movie. Which Pokemon to add to your team? All right, Art and Restart. Give me the options. Minecraft movie reactions are hysterical. I'll probably end up seeing it when it comes out for streaming, just so I can, be hip with the kids. There we go. Beetlejuice 2 was good. Yeah, I'm still planning on seeing it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Never got in Minecraft. Maybe it's something now I tell you I slept through half of it. That might be a nice dozing on the couch weekend type of movie for me. You haven't seen it yet either, Kiro? Gyarados, a Sharpedo, and the Spheal Evo. Walrate. Um, Personally, out of those 3, I would probably go with Sharpedo. But that's just me. He writes epic songs for some of his movie roles. You heard the Minecraft one; it's so catchy. Peaches was 2 was outstanding. Peaches was a good song. Peaches was good. Beetlejuice 2 is okay. Wouldn't say it's the best. I heard it. I heard that it doesn't quite live up to the original, but honestly, I wasn't expecting it to. Kids hopped up nose to nose. Daddy, are you sleeping? Oh man. Last house on the left. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty brutal one. Gyarados says Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance is a good move. Ultimately, Art and Restart, you do what you want to do. I can give suggestions, but I want you to feel comfortable with your choice. So whatever is jumping out at you, I would say do that. Original typically take the cake for being better. Yeah. I saw the remake Scrobo. That's one somewhat classic movie that I still haven't seen is the original. Favorite childhood meal and why? H Gaming, you asked that earlier, and I read it in my head and totally forgot. I apologize. For me personally, I was very fortunate and blessed that my mom, in my opinion, makes amazing food. So I would have to go with, it might sound a little bit basic, but no one makes spaghetti like my mom, in my opinion. I love my mom's spaghetti. And yes, I know that's kind of a meme, but mom's spaghetti. It got 100 million out of 10 per Mantyke Jr. That must be a really good movie then. It's a rough watch. Kind of goes back to what Ari was talking about in Chem's stream. Yeah, exactly. What kind of music do I listen to? Yo, good to see you, by the way. I listen to a lot of music. When I was a kid, I grew up in the grunge and alternative era. So I listened to a lot of like Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, The Offspring, Green Day, even some like punk and ska, like Rancid, Pennywise, Deftones, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, um, lots of stuff like that. Tons more stuff that I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head right now. Alice in Chains. As I got older, I still like that stuff, but it kind of branched out a little bit as well. There's some more like um, popular stuff I'm good listening to now. Um, but what I and by recent, I mean within the past like 5 years, I discovered is I kind of like synthwave a lot. Synthwave and artists that have more of a retro tone to them. I really like the 1975. I like Churches. I like Tame Impala. Um, if we're talking like straight up synthwave, I'm a big fan of the Midnight, Gunship. Um, um, what's the name? Time Cop. Time Cop 85. Time Cop 83, I think. That type of stuff's a lot of fun. And then what's the one area that you and I listen to this like really dark synthwave? Perturbator? Is it Perturbator? What Stephen King book are you thinking of? It. Kavinsky. I like Kavinsky. You know what set off for me is um, when when the movie Drive with Ryan Gosling came out. I loved that movie for a lot of reasons, but the biggest thing was the soundtrack. I had never heard a soundtrack like that, and like I never really followed up on it. And then years later, when I listened to a couple more, like randomly heard a few more synthwave songs, I was like, this reminds me of that stuff. And I started looking up Kavinsky and the other one, the one that does the hero song from the Drive soundtrack, and that got me rolling on everything. Good morning, JJ. Happy Easter. Not it. The Shining. It's not a horror. Shawshank Redemption. Hola, Sarah. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Merlin keeps check on you. He knows you're hurting. He's resting near where your neck hurts the most and purring loudly. That's so sweet. Um, Green Mile. I'm doing well, Sarah. How you doing? No. Eyes of the Dragon. You're currently nursing your sore body from all that bed wrestling you did last night. You never want to watch it again. I love it. I think it's a great movie. I've watched it so many times. And yes, I ugly cry each time. Nope. Okay, so it's not Green Mile. I know, Ari. Um, I know. Cooking right now, and your favorite got announced to get a Cyberpunk Edge Runners collab in 2026. That's awesome, Sarah. Fairy tale? I wouldn't consider that horror. More fantasy based? Or it was made 2003. 2003 Stephen King book. I know he was finishing up the Dark Tower series at that point. Had he started working with the one true crime book company at that point? What was that one book called? Colorado Kid? Fairy tales can be horror. You just need a German author. So true. Um, Sarah, I actually have a German fairy tale book downstairs. I basically just said it. Was it the Colorado Kid? Or was it Dark Tower? So, Wolves of Kala? When I think of Dark Tower movie, I didn't see it, Scrobo. I have too much love for that series to have gone to see that. Was it actually book 7, The Dark Tower? Did I find the shine? I did not, Big Cheese. I'll be right back. I'll be back in like 45 seconds. I want to get something to show Sarah. Was that 45 seconds? I don't know. Dark Tower 1. Oh, so wait. Well, I mean, the first Dark Tower book was The Gunslinger. In 2003, it would have been The Dark Tower, which was the 7th book in the Dark Tower series, confusingly. So this is for Sarah and anyone that's a fan of The Office. I have here a book of German fairy tales called Der Struwelpeter. It's got many fairy tales in it, some of which did not age well at all. And if I read them, I will get canceled. But there's one here that might sound familiar to some of you. Sarah, do you know this one? Where is this one in particular? Conrad cried his mama dear, I'll go out, but you stay here. Try how pretty you can be till I come again, said she. Docile be and good and mild, pray don't suck your thumb, my child, for if you do, the tailor will come and bring his shears and snip your thumb from off your hand as clear and clean as if of paper it had been. Der Struwelpeter. That might sound familiar to some of you Office fans. And Sarah, if these were the type of stories that you were told as a child, congratulations on making it this far. Mermaid Mia, what's going on? Hopefully we get it soon. Shroot Lore Origins, yep, it's this book she's. Thank you for the reminder, Scribbo. I gotta get back into Reacher. It was the Gunslinger, okay. Yeah, the original Gunslinger book came out in the 70s. It was originally printed in sections in a fantasy magazine I can't remember the name of, and then it was collected into a book. Everyone asks, why is Sarah like this? There's the answer. There's some... There... I wish I could tell you guys more. There's some stories in here that I can't believe. I can't believe I was able to buy this book. I'll just put it that way. I'm probably on a list because I bought this book. I hope you do, Mighty Munchkin. Great Scott! Project Yoshi, hope you're having a great day. You watched horror movies as a kid, some that I shouldn't watch, but now you actually have very little fears somehow. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, Kiro. I wasn't really censored too much by my parents with what I was allowed to watch. So, like basically, I think like I could be misremembering. I don't know if my parents are still in the chat. They can set it straight. I think basically like as long as I told them what I was watching, they were cool with it. At least that's how I remember it. But yeah, I think although it maybe wasn't the brightest idea to let a kid of my age watch some of the stuff that I did, there is very little that scares me now outside of things that should scare me, like, the economy or like climate change. So come on down to Scranton and take a walk in Phyllis's shoes. Don't repeat the curse words to the teachers because they don't want to explain it to them. That's fair. The housing prices, yeah. Thankfully, that's not something I have to worry about. Yay me. I just had to worry about the housing prices in 2022. Oh my gosh. That's something that scares me too, is freaking vilify exile. Good morning, Villy. Happy Easter to you. Interest rates are terrible right now, right? They really are. I got lucky. I could have gotten luckier. If I started shopping for my house a few months earlier, I probably could have gotten an interest rate in like the high twos, low threes. By the time I finalized on the house, it ended up being 5.25, which again could have been better, but all things considered, I'm really happy I got in at 5.25. You thought it was Halloween? Aw, Billy, I hate to break it to you. You're a few months early or late, depending on how you look at it. Alfie, what's going on? Good to see you. 12-year-old brother hates scoring. It's scared easily. Have you any horror movies he could start with? Um, the original Poltergeist might be one. I think it's rated PG, although I believe that it was the reason. Scribos, fact check me on this. I believe Poltergeist is the reason they invented the PG-13 rating. Um, but that one's not too bad. There's like one scene, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It involves a mirror. There's one kind of freaky scene, but the rest of it's not bad. That's still under average right now. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean, in retrospect, in hindsight, I'm very happy I got 5.25. Uh, yeah, Joyce is right. It's best just not to talk about ages here. It's a good rule of thumb. As a reminder, particularly if you're under the age of 13, you're not supposed to be in a live stream according to YouTube's rules. So I'm not saying that if you're under the age of 13, you can't be here. I'm saying don't tell me you're under the age of 13, because if we do know that you're under the age of 13, you're going to have to go bye-bye. Story time with OC. What's going on? Good to see you. In the 80s, housing interest rates hit like 16%. This is true. This is true. There have been lots of times where housing rates were a lot higher, but the value of the dollar was a lot different. Um, That's something that gets brought up a lot. I know a lot of old farts that bring that up. Is like these kids these days they don't even know what a high interest rate is. It's like yeah, but your dollar was worth more comparatively speaking at the time. 16% on a house that was relatively less expensive wasn't nearly as bad as you know a house nowadays that is going to probably start out at a minimum of close to $200,000 when the average wage hasn't increased nearly as much. I got to run for now. All right, Maddie P, thank you so much for being here. Always good to see you. Is there any blood? Very minimal, very, very minimal H gaming. Just in that one scene, and it's like 10 seconds long. You have a very close friend that was completely sheltered childhood, whose mom only let him see PG movies, even when he was old enough for other ratings, and now he can't even see blood without freaking out. Yeah, I think there's a difference between sheltering your child from inappropriate things and just straight up sheltering your child. Now, I say this having no children of my own. Housing market's so bad, you can't buy a house in your state, and you grew up here. Jerry, I've told you, the guest room's ready to go. Things labeled luxuries nowadays are cheaper than necessities compared to the older where luxuries are more expensive. That's a good point, Kiro. I mean, that's literally the definition of a luxury, too. And it has in some instances kind of gone backwards. Isn't that the ghost ham corpse scene? No, the scene I'm talking about is a man's looking in the mirror and he sees something on his face and he ends up um, pulling his face off. When you get to a certain age, you watch that scene and you see how fake it is, but as a kid, that can be unsettling. Fortunate when trying to buy your house in 2019, government had to help to buy a scheme, meaning whatever money we save for a deposit, the government matched it. That's nice, Kieran. I lucked out. My realtor and my bank were able to tell me about a program that was going on. I'm not sure if it's still going on. That basically I could get a second loan on top of my regular mortgage loan. That would cover, I think it was 50% of all the closing costs. Just like a small loan, comparatively speaking. It was a loan for like I don't even think it was 6 grand, but it like covered all the closing costs and everything along with the deposit that I made. And as long as I don't move within the first 10 years, the loan is 100% forgiven, meaning that if I'm still living in this house and I haven't sold it in 2032, that loan will just disappear. Did I get title insurance? Yeah. Yeah. I got all the stuff that are recommended. Nathan Fillion's gonna play Guy Gardner. That's actually perfect casting. Temple of Doom is why we have PG-13 rating as well. Parents thought it was too edgy for a PG film, even though 16 candles. Yeah, like before the PG-13 rating, it's interesting watching some of those early 80s PG movies. They definitely were able to get away with a lot. All right, and Kira's saying Gremlins and Indiana Jones. I could have sworn that Poltergeist had some sort of um, play in that as well. I mean, it makes complete sense. Temple of Doom and Gremlins makes complete sense. They would be related to why PG-13 rating was created, but I could have sworn that Poltergeist had something to do with it too. So really lucky Ricky's family bought a lot of houses before recent inflation because now all of his adult children have houses. That's really lucky, Ari. You're very blessed. Too many Airbnb and too many flippers, yeah. And then Red Dawn was the first PG-13. Gotcha. Temple of Doom should have been 12. Someone literally had their heart pulled out, right? Tyler, I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad you're doing well. Enjoy the Breath of the Wild. The Breath of the Wild. I don't know why I said it like that. Enjoy the game. What if the movie Poltergeist was a Pokemon movie the entire time? That'd be wild. Mortal Kombat Fatality, right? Coles, what's going on? Good to see you. Along with Airbnb, the owner needs to live on property to counteract the housing crisis. I think that makes sense. I think that's fair. Poltergeist the movie. That's awesome. When we come to move, we have to pay stamp duty, which is basically tax added on the end of the sale. You didn't have to do that for this house. We were first-time buyers. Interesting. Half-Life 2 is funny. I've never played that. I played the first Half-Life. I never played the second one. You didn't know MK was gory and your brother passed out? MK. Oh, Mortal Kombat. Your brother passed out playing Mortal Kombat? Scanners when the face melted right off? Oh, that was a crazy one. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I can't believe we're already at almost 400 checks. If I was Chem Nation looking for Chimchar, we'd be on like day 6. Worried about buying a house in this economy, but you move too often to be thinking about that right now. Yeah, I mean, look, the housing situation right now is not good. I don't care where you live. And I'm not just talking about the US. I'm talking about worldwide. Housing situation is not good. But if you don't have to worry about buying a house right now, there's no reason to, stress too much about it, right? Yeah, full control during cutscenes. You can throw physics props that are everywhere. Can you see the connection? Yeah, that sounds like that'd be pretty entertaining. Michael Ironside, good actor. Very good actor. I think stamp duty at the moment is 10% of the value of the house you're buying, so we have to take that into account this time, along with real estate agent and solicitor fees. Not fun. Yeah, I mean, it's not fun. It's not fun. Move every 3 years, so we'll be playing that at a later date. Yeah, yeah. And I'm assuming it's been a long time since I've been part of a military family, Kiro, but I'm assuming that for the most part, your housing currently is pretty much taken care of, or at least I hope it is. You love picking on your siblings. I think I'd be a little bit terrified to have Ari as an older sister. That's right. Ari cannot be hurt by mortal means. Mewtwo, welcome back. I'm sorry your internet was internet. I'm sorry your internet. Hey Mewtwo, welcome back. I'm sorry your internet was crapping out. You need to readjust your pay to match the currency exchange because the US dollar dropped off. You had to pay an extra amount to pay your rent fully. Oh, I gotcha. Ah, I never thought about that. That stinks, dude. I'm sorry. You were dreading not getting a shine last night and having to find the initial feedbacks again. Wait, did you get it, Mia? Did you end up getting it? Oh yeah, Ares PFP looks awesome. It's how I imagine she looks if I knew what she actually looked like. You got it pretty early. Good job. 88.88 euro per US dollar. Hmm. Yeah, Aries kind of like an awesome artist. You have Airy. I'm joking. I know exactly what you look like. You sent me so many pictures of you current time and childhood time. Yeah, I was just being silly. She's a little scary. That's true. Least favorite Pokemon, Finneon. It's just a fish. And it's not even the first just a fish. We already have Goldeen. I like the person as a voice actor for a lot of different characters in the Xenoblade Chronicles series. Adam Howden voices Shulk in Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, and many more. Nice. Takes a minute, the Navy a minute. Yeah, I can understand that. She's so ordinary. Nah, she's not ordinary at all. She's ordinarily an amazing person. Your Meowth SOS took like 4 separate things that ran long. Yuck. Goldie is not just a fish, she has a horn. That's true. That is true. All the more reason why Finneon is worse than Goldeen. I love that you threw the TM in there. Unicorn fish, exactly. It bioluminesces. So do I. A Unicod. That's a good one, Kieran. Your fish oofed on Friday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mewtwo. Yeah, huh? I sure do. If I turn off all the lights, I can still see myself. Your rent is actually not bad no matter what, but still cheaper here in most states. Nice villa being around 1600. Yeah, prove it. How can I prove to you that I can still see myself when I turn off the lights? Unicod cheese, not Unicod piece. And 4 new ones, 3 of the same species? Okay. Allow me to look with my special eyes. I'm not saying you'll be able to see me. I'm saying that I'm able to see me. Yeah, it stinks. It's always sad when a pet passes away. I'm about to walk to this card shop near you to buy Japanese Pokemon cards. Sweet. Free horn to pick the food from your teeth. That just sounds like being smart. I'm not bioluminescent. I'm biodelusional. How dare? How dare, Airy? How dare he? Your name is so much fun to make puns out of. You have the best pun name. Get wrecked, la meow. Card shop has several different languages available. That's sweet. Shiv found new extra Ellie in season 2 of The Last of Us. In the game, she noticeably ages. The action scenes look so goofy when she still looks like a kid. Really? I started The Last of Us the game. I got to the point where you have to like find the man in the town and he's got booby traps set up all over town and he's gonna help you. Which I know is like early into the game. That's as far as I've ever gotten. Uh hold on, Sarah. I actually have it open right now. Sarah, that food looks delicious. Pokestar, you just caught a shiny Poliwhirl. Good job. That's like the best Pokemon you can get. We never got our shiny Poliwhirl yesterday. Yeah, Kiro, play some Pokemon Go on the trip. Hopefully you get a shiny Florigato. You tried very hard. It looks delicious. The other thing you sent me is hilarious too. I have to send that to my dad later. Maybe you'll get a hundo. I bet you will. Do you like that actress though? I thought she was fantastic. I mean, she was a breakout character in Game of Thrones. I thought she was amazing. Kind of sad. Oh, it's very sad. You got many nundos. I don't think I have a nundo. I have 4 hundos. I have 0 shundos and 0 schnundos. I also have 0 schlundos and 0 schlunundos. You have 6. That's a lot. You have a shiny nundo. You got a schnundo. What? Why? You always get season 3 and GOT and Saw having you 3 times. No! You know what? A lot of people talk about season 3 of Game of Thrones for, a lot of reasons, but one in particular. Me personally, season 4 was my favorite. I love season 4 of Game of Thrones. Oh, absolutely, Cheese. Why did Nightbot just say why? Because Big Cheese said what? She's 21? No way she's 21 now. That's wild. Either she's a very young looking 21-year-old or I have just gotten so much older than I thought I had. And what's this y'all airy? I don't like this y'all you just threw in there. You're gonna name your Poliwhirl Hefty? That would be such an honor. It's so wild to think about people naming their Pokemon after me. Mouths is all about X and Y. Why can't it be about you and I? Ooh, it rhymes. You get extra points for the rhyme. I say try it out, report back, and let us know what happens. Roulette? What's going on, Roulette? I'm also 21. I was 21. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. You forgot you even had it? I didn't know you had that, Kieran. Which makes sense because you didn't know that you had it. Yeah, I have that. I have to finish reading it, and I know you know that. That chatter represents a larger group of people with the same opinion. Okay. Oh, it's Rosie. What's going on, Rosie? Jerry, that's very kind. You don't mean you're sitting under the bed reading the book. That's a good place to read, though. You matched the year in September. Oh, that's awesome, Kiro. Happy Easter to you, too. $517 views on the stream today. Thank you guys so much. Feeding your dumb dogs. Don't forget to feed your smart dogs, too. Or are they so smart they can feed themselves? He asked you out. Oh my goodness, H Gaming. Good job. I might have to try that line. You don't have any of those? Aw, poor Honeybee. I know you have a lot of dogs, Ari, but Honeybee will always be my favorite because I remember when you got Honeybee. Ellie in the game looked noticeably older. You dare declare your first holiday is Halloween, and to this day remains your favorite because you can dress in weird costumes freely. This is true. That's fair, H Gaming. That's I understand you're going through through something right now. I'll try and be a little bit more sensitive. Got stung by honeybees twice. Yikes. Well, although he may not have said it appropriately, Ari, I understand that H Gaming just recently lost a dog, so I understand it's probably hitting him a little hard right now. But yeah, we also don't want to censor people from talking about things. It's a tough one. It's 2025. You can dress freely on the daily. That's true. Found out how good Cherry Grove's city's theme is. Nice. Can we stop talking about your guys' rhetoric of a misunderstanding? JJ, I got no idea what that means. Gen 3 had a whole array of banger themes. It did. I mean, well, I think one thing we can all agree on is Pokemon's always had some pretty awesome music. Matthew Rhetoric, you love that Bueller movie? Yeah, the world's stupidest cat. Congratulations, Sarah. Is there a prize that goes along with that? Chronicles of Rhetoric. Look at Kieran and Jerry with the same brain. She learned how to open doors. She's a menace and you hate it. Oh my gosh. Are they orange? Or what orange? Oh, the cat. Is the cat orange? Excuse me. Prices, tags on all your vet bills. Yikes. Election? Election's a good movie. Your immune system gave up on you again. Oh no, are you sick again, Mewtwo? I feel like you've been sick a lot this year. Your orange cat has one brain cell. Just one cell. That's crazy. You wish she was, so that would explain why she's the way she is. Will the cell grow? Only time will tell. Creature should be studied, my goodness. Mewtwo, you just need to, you know, get good at not being sick. Just do better. Sounds like an ill issue. We're getting worryingly quick on these resets. I'm seeing the red. I'm seeing the red. Don't worry. But that's a good reminder, Ari. I will be more aware. Sounds like an immune system based skill issue, right? Just with my history. True. It's true. It's a fair concern to have. Smacked on the door twice, falling off tables, and has never landed on his feet compared to his sister. Or an immune issue, right? Your cat uses the toilet to go to the bathroom, but your wife gets mad at him for not putting the seat down. I've had some friends that have taught their cats to use the toilet with varying results. Check on the new fishes. One of them is in the middle of doing their business. Yucky. You've never seen a cat failing to land on their feet until you got Merlin. Poor Merlin. Poor dumb Merlin. Yeah, it's an unfair, sad situation, but I'm glad we can all be friends. I don't know. I'm still not good at handling situations like that during stream. Every time you read you're always thinking it's Rosie when you see Mighty Munchkin. He's clearing rooms with little stinkies. Jerry, blaming stop blaming Miles for everything. Like for Meet the Parents, I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. I have it on DVD. Does anyone still have VHS tapes? I still have quite a few, and I have a VCR. Yeah, H Gaming, you do. Cornholio, you do too. Rose, you gonna lurk doing some Egg Day or Bunny Day or whatever it's called? You're playing Animal Crossing. Enjoy. Big Cheese has a few. My Munchkin does not have DVDs. You have some use as coasters. My goodness. Your parents have one left. Can't remember what movie it was. Rewinding tapes after watching them. How about remembering that if you went to like video stores, they would sell you a device that you would plug in, and its only purpose was to rewind the tapes. And for some reason, most of them were shaped like cards. So like you'd watch a movie on your VHS tape in the VCR, you take the tape out, you could stick another movie and start watching that, while the first movie just stuck in this car rewinder, and it would rewind the tape. How some VHS can't recycle them, so you're stuck with you. I still have mine, a lot of mine. Green Beans, what's going on? Good to see you. Those guys on Red Letter Media repair VCRs, do they? Last Disney movie on VHS was Cars, is only available through their website. Insanely rare and valuable. Interesting. I miss Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. You slice a piece of skin off on your knee with your fingernail while punching the air. What was your knee doing in the air, Mewtwo? That's not where it's supposed to be. No, we're all good, H Gaming. No worries, we're all good. Favorite insect? You choose bumblebees? I would say I'm going to go with ladybugs. Imagine you get a voicemail from missed call and the first 5 words you see from the Apple voicemail AI is "Good morning, I'm a killer." Like, what the heck? That would be crazy. You worked at Hollywood Video for 3 years? Nice. John Strucker, your Audi likes butterflies. You know what? I'm changing my answer to butterflies. All right, H Gaming. If we don't see you back here, have a great rest of your day. A History of Violence. That was the last VHS movie. Interesting. Jerry, your Audi knows what you did last summer. What's my Audi up to? That is crazy that an insect came up while we were talking about insects. Hefty, your Audi tips servers 25%. 97.89%. That's crazy. Yeah, Kiro, you're not the only one in trouble anymore. I do have a nice Audi. Thank you. Gotta go, Sarah. Pleasure to see you here. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Big cheese throws. Your Audi claps when the plane lands. Kiro, are you serious? Kiro is literally the only one to get that. And Kiro's gotten that message 3 times. Kiro, your Audi died 6 years ago. It was the most rented movie for like a whole month. I could see that. I feel like that got a lot bigger of a following when it came out for home release than when it was in the theater. They released Alien Romulus last year on VHS? Really? That's cool. Oh gosh, cheese. You never had an Audi, Jerry? Maybe one day. Your Audi is getting a rough time, Kiro. I feel bad for your Audi. I've realized now, Kiro, it seems like every channel you go in, there is one Nightbot command that does not like you. Chem's Shiny Luck command used to absolutely despise you, Kiro. It has gotten nicer to you. But I feel like as that command has gotten nicer to you, the Audi command has gotten mean to you. I want to apologize for any part that I may play in that. You deserve better, Kiro. Mars Attacks is the last VHS you bought? I think the last one I bought... It's a good question. Might have been Dead Man on Campus. I think it might have been Dead Man on Campus. I think shortly after that is when I started buying DVDs. Anyone remember that? It had Mark Paul Gosselaar in it. You and Nightbite just have unsettled beef. Beef. Yeah, Jack Black was in Mars Attacks. There were a ton of people in Mars Attacks. Ton of people. That might have had one of the most stacked casts of the 90s. You know, here in America, we look at Audis like fancy cars. In Europe, they're like Honda Civics. All right, so this one is for Mewtwo, apparently. Mewtwo, your Audi does not enjoy dubstep. Always play on TBS at 5 a.m. I could see that. That's definitely a 5 a.m. TBS movie. Your first movie was Spider-Man 3. Ever or owned? Or VHS? Or... No, it couldn't have been VHS. Shiny Cornholio, your Audi drives an Audi. Owned. Okay, gotcha. Zane Silent Bob Strikes Back, Cast Insane. Yeah, that's true too. Once you hear the yak, 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 you never unhear it. Dubstep. X-Men. It's a good movie. I preferred the second X-Men movie. Cats really understand when something's bothering you. Well, that's really nice, Kiro. That's sweet of them. X2 is the best of the original trilogy? Absolutely. I mean, just for that opening sequence with Nightcrawler in the White House alone, that was fantastic. All right, I think we're going to take up to 500 today, and then we'll get back on this hunt on the next stream. And that punk from the Breakfast Club. What? Judd Nelson? Thank you for the shiny luck. Yeah, Judd Nelson. Okay. You know what was crazy? So Gina went to the Chicago Comic Con last weekend, the C2E2, and she sent me a list of who all was going to be there because she didn't know who anybody was. And there's a lot of like comic artists and writers and stuff. But of course, there are a lot of like, Hollywood celebrities and stuff going too. The entire Breakfast Club cast, Ali Sheedy, Molly Ringwald, Emilio Estevez, Judd Nelson, Anthony Michael Hall, they were all going to be at C2E2 last weekend. And I just thought that was so like random. Like, why? Were they doing like a reunion panel or something? Wispy, the odds are 1 in 1,365. It's 1 in 4096 base odds, and I have the shiny charm. Breakfast Club is filmed in Illinois. That's true. That is a good point. I think most John Hughes movies took place in Illinois. Crow's Nest. What's going on, Crow? Good to see you. Potato. That is a Regi Tato. All right. As we're doing these last 5 checks, might as well start giving out my thank yous because we got some today. Thank you, Hassan, for the 20 months of membership. Vahid May Crossing 86 for the 11 months. Beacon of Strawberry Tart Lexi for the 5 months. Trevor for the 14 months. And Joseph for the 15 months. Thank you all so much. And thank you to the new subs that we got today. Oh yeah, I forget that guy's name, but yeah, the principal. That was great. Not Another Teen Movie is probably the best. Like, okay, let's put like the Zucker Brothers movies aside, right? Like, let's put Airplane, let's put The Naked Guns in their own category, right? Of the new generation of spoof movies from like the late 90s on, Not Another Teen Movie is by far, without a doubt, the best. It is the greatest spoof movie since Naked Gun. Doing good. Making food, then gonna clean. Sounds like a good Sunday. Yeah, I've heard things about Bryan Singer. To be fair, like even back in the day, whenever I saw him like interviews or read interviews, he seemed kind of like not a person I'd want to hang out with. Also, I'm not a huge fan of his directing, to be honest. Sealed Journey Together Elite Trainer Box. Should you open it? I mean, it's up to you, man. I mean, I know a lot of people that be pretty jealous. All right, here we go. Last check of the stream. Again, thank you guys all so much for being here. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to anyone that hung out and spent a little bit of time with me. Let's see if check 500 will be the shiny. It is not. That's your all-time favorite thing people say about celebrities? What? That they're not people you want to hang out with? Director X-Men 3 also sucks. Um, I mean, maybe he doesn't want to hang out with me too. That's fine, shinies. But I don't know whether or not he'd want to hang out with me because he doesn't know who I am. So, suck on that. I mean, I wouldn't say the director of X-Men 3 sucks. That's wasn't that Richard Donner? Hold on. Oh no, no, no! I'm sorry. That was Brett Ratner. Yeah, yeah, Brett Ratner. Yes, yes, he does stink. I never liked Brett Ratner. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.